Oh, 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 Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahano Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavaditamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. सदाशिवसमारम्भा शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्ताम् वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम् नारायणम् पद्मभवम् वसिष्ठम् शक्तिम् च तत्पुत्रपराशरम् च व्यासम् शुकम् गौडपादम् महान्तम् गोविन्दयोगीन्द्रमदास्य शिष्यम् श्रीशङ्कराचार्यमदास्य पद्म पादम् च हस्तामलकम् च शिष्यम् तम् तोडकम् वार्तिककारमन्यान् अस्मद्गुरून् सन्ततमानतोऽस्मि श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयम् करुणालयम् नमामि भगवत्पादम् शङ्करम् लोकशङ्करम् शङ्करम् शङ्कराचार्यम् केशवम् बादरायणम् सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः समस्तजनकल्याणी निरतम् करुणामयम् नमामि चिन्मयम् देवम् सद्गुरुम् ब्रह्मविद्वरम् नमस्ते गुरुपादाम्बुजन्मने सविलासमहामोह ग्राहग्रासैककर्मणे आत्मानं चेद्विजानीयात् अयमस्मीति पूरुषः किमिच्छन् तस्य कामाय शरीरम् अनुसञ्ज्वरेत्. If one knows the Atman, Kimichan kasya kamaya shariram anusajvaret. Atmanam chet vichaniya. And how? Ayam asmi iti. This is me. Now, taking up this process of knowing, before we come to know oneself as the self, what are the things that they do not allow us to know ourselves? Problem कहाँ से शुरू होता है? अज्ञान से. So 7 sthitis are given. We saw the first 3 of them from verse number 23 onward. We read that 23, 24, 25. Right after that we've seen here. नवसङ्ख्याकृतज्ञानो दशमो विभ्रमात्तदा न वेत्ति दशमोऽस्मीति वीक्षमाणोऽपि तान्नव न भाति नास्ति दशमः इति स्वम् दशमम् तदा मत्वा वक्ति तदज्ञान कृतमावरणम् विदुः नद्याम् ममार दशमः इति शोचन् वरोहृति अज्ञानकृतविक्षेपम् पुरोदनादिम् विदुर्बुधाः न मृतो दशमोऽस्तीति श्रुत्वा तव वचनम् तदा परोक्षत्वेन दशमम् वेत्ति स्वर्गादिलोकवत्. Pratama sthiti is ajnana sthiti. What is the ajnana sthiti? Navasankhya ahrita jnanaha. One who has the ability to even count the numbers. Dashamaha, the 10th person himself. Vibrama tada. Due to that vibrama, due to that delusion, due to that inability to think correctly, Dashamaha asmi iti na veti. One does not know oneself as the 10th. Vikshamanaha api tan nava. Even though he looks at, apart from him, 9 of them. He counted 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So what is his mistake? Even though he counted 9 outside himself, he failed to count himself. If he has started from himself, then we can understand. Then he would not have made a mistake himself. 1, then 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, finished. But leaving aside oneself, he counted all others. Tan nava vikshamanaha api. Even as he is seeing the 9 outside him. This is very important that when we come to analyze it, we'll know that. This is first sthiti known as ajnana sthiti. Pratama sthiti. The second is, this is known as avarana. Avarana usually is that which covers, shrouds, veils. But here, in this example of Dashamaha, this particular illustration tells us that the avarana is ajnana vyanjakam. It reveals the ignorance. If a person is ignorant and he does not know he is ignorant, there is no problem at all. मैं जानता भी नहीं हूं, मैं जानता नहीं हूं. मुझे पता नहीं, मुझे पता नहीं है. I don't know that I don't know. No problem. Is it not? But when I know that I don't know, then there is a problem. So that's why people are not interested to go to the doctor, वो कुछ बताएगा. But you will say something that will trouble me now. Better not know is better. Ignorance is bliss. So, what does he realize that he has lost it? Nabadi na asti dashamaha iti. He doesn't seem to be there and he's absent. He's not coming to my comprehension, nabadi. And therefore, na asti. Because he's not there. So, dashamaha iti swam dashamam, even though oneself being dashamaha, swam dashamam tada matva. Matva means what here? Having understood in that way. What he understood? Nabadi na asti iti matva. Dashamaha nabadi na asti iti matva bhakti. Kim bhakti? What does he say? What does he say? Dashamaha nasti nabadi iti. Kim jnatva? Dashamaha nabadi na asti iti jnatva. What does he say? Na dashamaha asti bhadiva. This is called ajnana kritam avaranam viduhu. This is known as ajnana kritam avaranam. Is known as the what do you call that? Concealment of the truth caused by ignorance. Otherwise known as self-forgetfulness. Mm. Self-forgetfulness. One has forgotten oneself. That ignorance is of the nature of self-forgetfulness. It is not something which is external that I forgot. It is myself forgot myself. And the one who forgets is oneself. मैं खुद को नहीं जानता. I do not know myself, not another object. Atma Vismaranam, forgetfulness of oneself, leading to Vikshepa. And Vikshepa's nature is samsara, adhyasa, a projection, a conclusion, a confusion, leading to suffering. That is what is said here. Nadyam mamara dashamaha. So if it is not seen, dashamaha na bhati na asti. What is the conclusion here? पहले था अभी नहीं है. तो क्या हुआ उसको? Nadyam mamara. He has sunk into the ocean. I mean, sorry, ocean, water, not ocean, nadi. It is sunk into the river. He has drowned. Nadyam mamara dashamaha iti. This person has drowned iti. Shochan, worrying, prarodati, praroditi. He starts to cry. See, we don't really cry, as a samsari, we are not crying, but internally we have become so incomplete, suffering in the form of a sukh hai, but it is not going to last. A dukh hai, it repeats to come again and again and again. So the samsara dukkham is not necessarily a physical phenomena, but mind has become so vulnerable. Crying here means suffering. Shariram anusanjvaret. That's what it means. He started to identify with his shariram, and whatever be the situation of the body has been owned by one's own situation. He does not see it able to differentiate himself. So roditi, praroditi, ajnana krita vikshepa. This projection, the confusion and wrong conclusion is ajnana krita vikshepam. It is caused by the original cause, vikshema, ajnana, rodanadim viduhu buddhaha. Rodana here caused by kama, krodha. Kama also make you cry. मुझे नहीं मिला है. वो क्रोध, that is also there. क्रोध में भी रोता है. And jealousy also makes you cry. Oh, he got it, I didn't get it. Right? All that, everything is rodana adi. Adi means rodana, etc. Viduhu buddhaha. Buddhaha viduhu. Now comes a person on the horseback. Looks at why is this fellow crying? And because he is crying, others are also crying. Because the leader has also started to cry. Dasamaha, Mamara, Yamara. So others are also poor thing. They are also equally for stupid. If one of them is intelligent, you would have said, "What are you crying?" But not among the nine. So all of them crying. This man who comes from somewhere, he looks at it and says, Namruto dashamaha astiti shrutva aptavachanam tada. Aptavachanam. Aptaha means Arya. Arya means who? A man of noble nature, character, knowledgeable person. In this example, he is a person who is wise, not necessarily taken to the Guru's standard here. Here, a person who comes to see the situation and a little detached from the situation, not part of that, he would say, you have not lost him. Na mritaha dashamaha asti. Dashamaha asti iti shrutva. Listening to this, what? Aptavachanam shrutva. Aptavakyam shrutva. Now the word apta, meaning what? One who is not gaining anything out of that situation. Usme apta means one who is self-fulfilled. He is not doing this to gain anything out of that situation, only to help. He is not going to gain anything out of that situation by saying that 10th is not lost, 10th is there, 10th man is there. Secondly, aptaha is one who is not making mockery of that person. What kind of foolish fellows you are. Not that he is putting down also. He is neither making fun of the people there, nor he is going to gain anything out of that. Meaning, unselfishly, and such an unselfish person alone can be a true witness to situation. He looks at it detachedly without seeking anything out of that situation. At the same time, not making fun of what that person is going through. And therefore, his upadesha or advice there is something which is of great value. And therefore, he takes it. That person takes it. Aptavachanam shrutva dashamam parokshatvena veti. He parokshatvena veti, meaning it is as an external advice coming from a person outside, and he knows the existence of the 10th as a possibility. He has not understood it is me. Parokshatvena veti. What does it mean? We'll come to that when we analyze, we'll know. At the present moment, all of us, Atman hai kya hai. Paramatma Bhagavan hai, of course he is there. Where is there? Vaikuntha mein hai, Julog mein hai, Brahmalok mein, कहीं ऊपर कहाँ पे है? So parokshत्वेन veti. So here paroksha jnanam sambhavati. Like what? Swarga adi lokavat. Swarga hai, heaven is there. So after the death of the body, according to my punya, I will reach there. Have you seen it? No. Swarge loke na bhayam kinchana asti. As even Nachiketa would say, I want to know about Swargaloka. Why? Te damaha tatra na bhayam kinchana asti. Na tatratvam. Na, he tells someone, Yama, Mr. Yama, yes, you are not going to be there. That's why it is very important. Na tatratvam. Because why? There is no body. Na jaraya bibeti. There is no old age. So, Swargalokaadivat parokshatvena veti dashamaha asti. The 10th man is there, like that of knowing it as a paroksha, not paroksha jnanam, that is called knowledge exterior knowledge, otherwise what is known as Gurudev writes that understands, etc. as indirectly, remotely, objectively, not subjectively. Objectively he knows, and parokshatvena dashamam vyeti swargadi lokavat. Now continuing, now this is the fourth step here. Ajnana, avarana, vikshepa, paroksha. Now comes next one. त्वमेव दशमोऽसीति गणयित्वा प्रदर्शितः अपरोक्षतया ज्ञात्वा दृश्यत्येव नरोदिति त्वमेव दशमोऽसीति गणयित्वा प्रदर्शितः अपरोक्षतया ज्ञात्वा दृश्यत्येव नरोदिति. And then even that person, Apta Purushaha, when he says, first statement, what he says, Dashamaha Asti. By just saying Dashamaha Asti, he more or less relieved from his problem. Is it not true? Until then, he was crying, saying that, oh, mar gaya. He has gone. He has gone drowned in the Nadi. Now this person says, no, he is there. So that very assuring statement itself has solved half of his issues, but still, until he sees, he will not be complete. So parakshatvena janati, and the next statement that person makes is tvameva dashamaha asi. You are the 10. How? Ganayitva, like counting. Okay, now you count. Start from you better. Then you will not miss it. Don't compare the rest. First you start with you. 1, then 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. कहाँ से आया? कहाँ से आया? Oh, you brought him? Secretly you brought him, right? No. He realizes that he did not count him. So, Tvameva Dashamaha Asidi Ganayitva Pradarshita. It is not that he has created any new person, he only reveals what is forgotten. Pradarshita means when he is being shown or revealed, aparokshataya jnatva. Now it is not a possibility. It's not subjectively knows. Subjectively knows that what he comes to know. Pehle bhi tha. That dashamaha katachit na mrtaha. That fellow has never been dead. Problem is where then? Problem is I made a mistake. पहले भी था, अभी भी था, अभी भी है. So the confusion is cleared by making him realize that he made a mistake. Oneself has made that mistake. The suffering is caused by one's own mistake. Let's not blame the world or anything else outside. It is me who has not done the right thinking, confused, not forgetting myself, not doing the right way of thinking has caused this samsara. So, aparokshadaya jnatva hrishyati eva. He just gets delighted now. This delightment or a delightful mood is caused by two factors: having gained 10th and realized one's mistake. Nashto moha smritirlapta, as Arjun would say. And now my moha is gone. Now I regained my correct understanding. So the delight is because now he comes to know that the 10th one is not lost. And second is that I have understood my own mistake. Now that I will not do that again. Then only it is aparokshajna. Otherwise it would say, it's okay. After suddenly 10th all suddenly disappears again. What will I do? You will never be lost. You can never say, I don't exist. Can you ever say that I don't exist? So I will never be lost. So that particular confusion about losing the 10th is no more. That is the aparoksha jnana. Other jnana may be situational, available or applicable only at certain times. But atma jnana jo hai, uska disappearance is no more. It can never be, never baditam bhavati. Trikale abhi na baditam bhavati. Satyam eva tad. It's always true. Past, present and future, it never disappears. So here, aparokshataya jnatva hrishyati. This delight, this joy is forever. Ityeva na roditi. Thereafter he stops crying. So, samsara nivritti aparoksha jnanena eva. Paroksha jnanam tu, you have the notion, I know, but that does not end the problem. Like even as somebody says that the 10th man is there, okay. No, I know the 10th man is there. Fine. But you may probably think that it is solved, but it is not completely solved. And you find until you go to the next one. Who is where is the 10th man? गुरु ने बताया तो है, बस हो गया. वो आदमी ने बताया तो है, आपको मालूम है कहाँ है वो बता दिया है. Then it is still, it is a paroksha, I mean it is incomplete. उसको दाढ़ी को पकड़ के आपको पूछना है कहाँ है वो. त्वमेव असि, त्वमेव दशमः असि. You are the 10th. So, aparokshadaya jnatva hrishyati eva na roditi. This is called aparoksha jnanam. No more it is paraksha jnanam. It is not seen as an objective some other thing. Now, what is the end? This is the state of aparoksha jnanam, fifth, right? Fifth state of 5, which is aparoksha jnana sthitihi. Ajnana sthiti, I mean, then avarana sthiti, vikshepa sthiti, paroksha jnana sthiti, and aparoksha jnana sthiti. Then what else further? Ajnana vritti vikshepa. द्विविधज्ञानतृप्तयः शोकापगम इत्येते योजनीयाश्चिदात्मनि अज्ञानवृत्तिविक्षेप विविधज्ञानतृप्तयः शोकापगम इत्येते योजनीयाश्चिदात्मनि. Ajnana vritti vikshepa. Ajnana vritti vikshepa. It is to be understood as vritti, ajnana vritti, ignorance is number one. Vritti is next one, that is avarana. Then vikshepa. Gurudev calls it as non-apprehension and misapprehension. This is of two kinds of knowledge. And what is the two kinds of knowledge? Paroksha jnanam tada aparoksha jnanam iti dvivida. Two kinds of knowledge, paroksha jnanam and aparoksha jnanam. And also, ete yojaniyaha. Then what is to be understood? First one, the effect of that is aparoksha jnanena kim sambhavati? Shoka apagamaha sambhavati. Removal of shoka. That's why Bhagavan Krishna says, Ma shucha. What you are sorrowful about, stop that. Ashochan anmashocha tvam prajnavadam sabhashase. You are worrying about something, you are sorrowful about something which you should not be sorrowful about because nobody is lost. Yeah. You are thinking it is not, it is not. So, yochaniyaha should be vicharanam karaniya. Vicharaniya. A contemplative karna hi hoga. This paroksha jnana should lead to vichar. Where in this chida atmani means chidatma jnane. In this knowledge, with respect to this knowledge, there should be a certain amount of vichar karna. So, apagama is the first stage of the first ajnana which is causing all the way up to shoka, paroksha jnanena shopa apagamaha sambhavati. So, here it is to be understood as what is the topic of this chapter? Tripti. So, shopa apagama is the first stage. The next stage is tripti. So, that is said here. Shopa apagamaha. First stage, I mean, here it is put in a reverse order. Triptayah shopa abagamaha iti dvivida jnana. This knowledge leads to two kinds of results. We should take it in an order differently. Shoka apagamaha first, tripti is later. What is tripti? Tripti is where there is no more doubt in the mind. A feeling of fulfillment, feeling of completeness, feeling of no more anxiety, feeling of no more wanting, feeling of no more dissatisfaction. There is absence of anxiety further. In this example, when I have come to know, oh, 10 is achieved. There is no more further looking for it, anxious about where it is gone, and there is no more shoka. So shoka is paroksha jnanena shopa apagama. But atma jnanena, paroksha jnanena tripti. There is total satisfaction, completeness, absence of anxiety, no more seeking, no more looking for, no more wanting. This is the result. So, therefore, Jnana vritti vikshepa dvivida jnana triptayaha. Two different results achieved here. Triptayaha shopa upagamaha iti ete. These two yojaniyaha to be understood or thought about Chidasmani. Now, we have to look at it now from onwards. Next few verses about how to use the same example that is given with respect to the 10th man, etc. Now, how do we apply in our personal sadhana? How to apply that? Starting from again, some ajnana. What is the ajnana in the case of the illustration? Even though he is able to count, he count only up to 9. Even though he sees 9, probably his teacher did not teach him up beyond 9. Looks like. No, he knows how to count beyond that also, but he stopped. Now we'll go to the verse number 29 here. Samsara sakta chittaha Satchid Sanchidabhas Kadachana Swayam Prakasha Kutastam Swatatvam Naiva Vetyayam Samsara Sakta Chittaha Sanchidabhasa Kadachana Swayam Prakasha Kutastam Swatatvam Naiva Vetyayam. Now, what is the mind of a Ajnani? Who is that, Swamiji? Yourself. Do not say. अज्ञानी जो लोग हैं ना वो ऐसा नहीं हम सब लोग samsare asakta chitta. You are so attached to samsara. Samsara means what? Change. We want change, but we don't want change also. Peculiar we are. Abhiji, weather has become changed, you know? Nice. It is so cool now. After some time, it's too cold, you know? You can go to and get. So no, I don't like this old days. Last year only I purchased some sweater, but it's all old. New khareed too. I have to buy new ones. Now you are in a shopping start. Shuru hota hai. So all that, what we want change also, we do not want change also. Look at change, kharcha ho raha hai. Now I have to buy things and I have to spend money. So had it been only somebody would have liked, no? Yeah, but no. And you will like also know, like, भिन्नाभ्य भिन्न ये भी है वो भी है चाहिए नहीं चाहिए never we are satisfied. Samsara asakta chitta. Who is he? Sanchidabhasah. Kadachana. Sanchidabhasah. Chidabhasah. Sun. Sanchidabhasah, very well reflecting the consciousness himself. The reflection of consciousness. Kadachana, at no time, at all time, no. Swayam prakasha kutastvam. Kadachana, at no time he comes to know I am na kadachana veti. What he does not know, this, what he doesn't know, I am na veti, na eva veti kadachana. At no time, na kada should go together, no? Kadachana at all times, na kadachana, at no time. He knows what? Swatattvam. Chidabhasaha api swatattvam na janati. What is swatattvam? Swayam prakasha kutastam chidabhasaha na janati. Na veti. He does not know, even though he is a reflection of consciousness, yet he does not know the nature of consciousness is what? Swayam prakasha. See, now it's important to understand what is the reflection of consciousness. Reflection takes place only when there is buddhi. Beginning. What is Chidabhasa in the case of the sunlight reflecting in a pond of water? And so long as the pond has got water, it reflects. When the pond has no more water, there is no reflection. Similarly, buddhi is the reflecting media through which the reflection of consciousness takes place, which is called chidehe abhasa, a reflection of the consciousness. When does it take place? बुद्धि अस्ति चेत, ये बुद्धि है तो है, बुद्धि नहीं है अभी बुद्धू हो गया. बुद्धि नहीं है means what? When you go to sleep, बुद्धि इसका function नहीं है. There is no buddhi. At that time, what you're thinking? मैं नहीं हूँ. You don't say that, but what is the condition there? मैं नहीं हूँ. I don't know. अहम किमपि न जानामि. क्यों? That reflecting media, the reflecting ability is gone. But what does he, therefore, he does not know? Chidabhasaha swayam prakasha kutastam. The nature of consciousness is never absent. So the consciousness does not depend upon the buddhi for its existence. Chidabhasa, yes. So that is the reason why when we go to the deep sleep and we have no experience of anything, including our own buddhi, it does not discriminate, it does not think, it does not plan, all that. But upon waking up, if the buddhi is the one which is the, by itself is the nature of consciousness, when you wake up, it should not be there. What does you mean by wake up then? If it is gone? So when the buddhi start to function, what does it mean? It has started to reflect. But what is it reflecting? That which is always there. That is me. That which is always there is me, and not what is temporarily there during my waking and dream and absent in sleep. So, Chidabhasaha samsara asakta chittaha chidabhasaha san kadachana swatattvam swamyam prakasha kutastam veti na veti kadachana. Ayam na veti. So I am in that verse where it is given, I am asmi iti, Purusha. I am what? I am kutastaha asmi iti. I am swayam prakasha tattvam asmi iti. Na katachit tasya bhadanam. There is no absence of it at all. Na kadachit asatyam bhavati. It does not become non-existence at any time. It is always present. Iti naveti. Ye ajnana. This is the first sthiti. Ajnana is not just not knowing. What not knowing? That swayam prakasha swatatvam na janati. That is the nature of ajnana. First state. Now comes the next one is vikshepa. Nabadi nasti kutastha इति भक्ति प्रसंगतः कर्ता भोक्ताहमस्मीति विक्षेपं प्रतिपद्यते नवादि नास्ति कूटस्थः इति भक्ति प्रसंगतः कर्ता भोक्ताहमस्मीति vikshepam pradipadyate. Pradipadyate means it reaches. He reaches. The one who, what he reaches, vikshepam pradipadyate. He reaches the state of vikshepa. Now, before that is what is said? Avarana. How many you forgot avarana? No, that is given in the first line. No Bhanja language means no. Right? Open and close off. So here the second and third part of it is given. What is the second and third stage? Avarana and Vikshepa put together the in the one line, one verse. Kutastha na bhati na asti iti bhakti. The Kutastha Atma is not there and not known. Na asti na bhati iti bhakti. Now, as we saw, an ignorant person by himself or herself would not come to know that there is avarana. Avarana is what? Avarana happens only when somebody tells you that what you are thinking is not right. See, Atman के बारे में हमको कुछ नहीं मालूम. Up to when you school and education and all that we do, nobody talked about आप आदमी नहीं हो, आत्मन हो. ऐसा कोई नहीं बोला. Nobody told. But we come to know when we get into satsang. That's why the word with prasangataha. Prasangat. Prasangat. So, when you are really coming into contact with people who talked about Kutastha, Kutastha here, Atma, then only you know if somebody says there is Atman. It is very beautifully said. Those people who deny God must recognize one thing: what? There is no denial of God or argument against the absence of God valid, because you don't talk about absence of things unless there is a possibility of presence. Let us discuss about the horns that we don't have. So we don't talk about something absent. There are so many things absent. Do we talk about so many things that are absent? Why do we talk about absence of God? Because there is a possibility of His existence. What is being said that it is there alone we will deny when we don't know about it. So Bhagavan hai. That some people say, then there are some people say nahi hai. So those who are saying yes, it is there as a reason to say that, and you want to invalidate that reason. That is why the atheists say, no, it is not. Right? Therefore, prasangataha, when it comes to discussion on this matter, then only we will come to know that we don't know, that it doesn't exist. Nabati, na asti. See, in the case of the illustration, if he decided not to count at all, then there's no problem. सब लोग आए चलो चलेंगे. When they take yatra, this is very important for us. Seriously, ask those people who come with me. I want to make sure that everybody is accounted for before we start off from any place also. Even when you say the bus must have 20 people or 25 people, then make sure that each of the bus knows, okay, come on, head count, somebody aram se so gaya. It has happened to me also. Sometimes I'm tired. Tired. So we go to look for that person. What happened to that person? So here, if he has not started counting, then there was no problem. He would have just proceeded. But he stopped and started to count. That means prasangata. Meaning he started to look for something. In life, when we are not looking for it, we have no apprehension about it. There is no question of saying that, okay, it's not there. Nabadi nasti di bhakti. When? Prasangataha. Because it is coming into context. That coming into context is called avar. See, avarana, as we saw before that, ajnana vyanchakam avarana. It reveals the ignorance. What you don't know, it reveals. It is not just concealment. It is like you look at this sky and clouded, but the cloud also seen because of the sun only. Today, sun has taken a leave today. How are you looking at the cloud? The cloud is also seen because of the sun only. Cloud is covering the sun, and the very cloud is seen because of that sun only. In the same way, जो नहीं है, what is not there, so many things that are not there that you don't discuss. Prasangataha. In context, when it is referred, you come to know na asti what? Kutastaha na asti. Kutastaha na bhati. Idi prasangataha bhakti. That is avarana, that is ajnana vyanjakam. That is a revelation of the ajnana. Then one comes to vikshepa. In the absence of that knowledge, one considers buddhi chidabhasaha eva satyam tadeva aham. Chidabhasaha asmi iti jnatva aham karta aham bhokta iti vikshepam pratipatyate. What is a vikshepa leading to samsara? Earlier we saw samsara. What is samsara, which is now experienced by the individual who has mental distractions, where an individual start to cry there. In the case of the 10th man lost, that person starts to cry. Mar gaya. It, is gone. In the nadi, he has been drowned, etc. Here, it is not crying, but arrogating oneself as aham karta, aham bhokta. Now, I was thinking about this. सन्यासी जो है उसका वो करता भी नहीं है भोगता भी नहीं है. Because his state is what? Aham atma na karta. Atma na karta, atma na bhokta. Atman is that which neither a karta nor bhokta, right? It is neither the doer nor the enjoyer of anything. That is called jnana sthiti, jnana state of knowledge. A vanaprasthin is that who is karta na bhokta. So that is what is considered a state of tapas. मैं काम करता हूं, but मैं खुद अपने for my own joy I'm not doing it. मैं भोगता नहीं हूं, मैं करता हूं. If that is gone, then it is sannyasa. So a vanaprasthin is one is karta, doer, na bhokta. So that is why Bhagavan Krishna wanted Arjuna to move from the grihastha, which is karta bhi main hu, bhokta bhi main. Right? That is the state of grihastha. And there he wants to prepare him for the next stage. Karta bano, bhokta mat bano. Do, but not become an enjoyer of that result. Karmani eva adhikaraha ma phaleshu. What mean karmani? Adhikaraha ma phaleshu adhikaraha asti. You have no adhikar for the bhoktrutvam. So, karta na bhokta, that is the state of vanaprasthin. Karta bhi, bhokta bhi, both. Karta aham, bhokta abhiham. Oh, state of grihastha. He doesn't do a thing without the expectation of a result of himself, for himself. Now, what is the state? Kumara sthiti. Bhokta na karta. Enjoy everything. Kuch nahi karo. Enjoy the benefits of living at home, parents' home. So, Kumar, I don't say brahmachari sthiti, Kumara sthiti. Kumara sthiti means where I enjoy whatever is being done by others. Kumar. Now, which in another context would say both state of tamas. Tamas क्या है? सब लोग मुझे वो no, what do you call? Provide everything for me. I will just say. The tamasic state is I won't do a thing. Let me be fed by the world. I open 3 times a month. I won't do a thing. Rajas is what? मैं ही करता हूँ, मैं भी भोगता हूँ, मैं ही करता हूँ, मैं ही that is. Meaning I want to do because I want to enjoy. I want to do, I want to enjoy. That is the state of rajas. Sattva is what? Karta, na bhokta. That's what Bhagavan Krishna through karma yoga margena nitya sattvasto bhava kartru bhava na bhokta. Do the action as you need to do, but don't become an enjoyer of that result. So that is sattvic sthiti. Whereas kunati the sthiti is na karta, na bhokta. Neither I am karta nor bhokta. I am not the doer, not the enjoyer. So here, what is the state of it? Karta bhokta aham asmi iti. मैं कर्ता भी हूं, भोक्ता भी हूं. Iti vikshepam pratipatyade. This is the state of vikshep. The state of mental projection. A projection which denies the existence of pure consciousness, identified with the Chidabhasa. One becomes a doer and enjoyer. And obviously, not all that action that you do will give only the positive results. And therefore, one comes to experience the sorrows in life also, disappointments, dejections, all that failures also. Once in a while, there is glimpses of joy coming in and excites. Diwali, sweet bano, sweet cow. Then next day, no, mera diabetes and इतना दवा लेना पड़ता है स्वीट के बिना मैं दवा लेता हूँ 5 days of sweet and next 25 days of so karta bhokta aham asmi iti vikshepam pratipatyate. This is the third stage. And the fourth one, what is that? Paroksha jnana sthiti. अस्ति कूटस्थ इत्यादौ परोक्षं वेत्ति वार्तया पश्चात् कूटस्थ एवास्मि इत्येवं वेत्ति इति एवं वेति विचारतः अस्ति कूटस्थ इत्यादौ परोक्षं वेत्ति वार्तया पश्चात्कूटस्थ एवास्मि इत्येवं पश्चात्कूटस्थ एवास्मीति एवं वेत्ति विचारतः. What is paroksha jnana sthiti? Asti kutastha. Yes, there is pure consciousness. Paroksham iti adau. Iti adau means in etc. Not what is it etc. Shravanam karoti. Tata mananam api. Externally, there is a acceptance of the existence of pure consciousness. Kutastha iti adau in the beginning. Ityadau meaning iti adau in the beginning. Paroksham veti vartaya. Vartaya. Upadeshaya. Upadeshena, sorry. Varta is feminine. Upadesha is masculine. So Upadeshena. By the Upadesha, Guru Upadeshena. Shruti Vakyena. Varta is feminine. Therefore, Upadesha or Guru Vartaya. What? Veti. Paroksham veti. Paroksham jnanam veti. He comes to know. Hey. That is, earlier what he said is not, now he accepts it is there. How? Because of his faith in the words of the teacher, authenticity of the pramana. So, paroksha jnanam, shravanat sambhavati, shravanam shraddhaya kuryat. Guru vakyeshu, shastra vakyeshu, shraddhaya shravanam kuryat. And only when then, tataha atma paroksha jnanam bhavati. So here, paroksham veti vartaya, sattvamasya adi vartaya. What called? Mahavakya upadeshena. Ayam atma brahma. This self is Brahman. Prajnanam Brahma to start with. See, Prajnanam Brahma is apparently looks like paroksha. Prajnanam Brahma. Consciousness is Brahman. I am brings it closer. I am this Atma Brahma. Oh, Prajnanam Brahma. I am Atma Brahma. Then he says Tattvamasi. Closer, further closer. So from externally there is Paroksha Jnanam, that is Prajnanam Brahma. Bringing closer to him, I am this self is Atman. Now when he says I am Atma Brahma, the Guru says I am Atma Brahma. This self. Oh, yourself. Tattvamasi. That means you. You are that. Then the next one is Aham Brahmasmi. Oh, there's no doubt. That Aham Brahmasmi is a Aparoksha Jnana. So that's what I said. Paschat Kutastha Eva Asmi. This is equal to Aham Brahmasmi. Previous line, Tattvamasi. That, so or Tattvamasi or the previous one in between, that is Tattvamasi. Prajnanam Brahma, Ayamatma Brahma, Paroksha Jnana. Tattvamasi is a leading point to Vichar. Aham Brahmasmi is the conclusion. So that's why he says, Paschat Kutastha Eva Asmi iti evam veti vicharatah. Vichar karne ke baad, vicharanat, by the act of or by the practice of contemplation. Vicharena eva, vichara abhyasena eva aham kutastha, aham asmi kutastha iti paroksha jnanam bhavati. So the crucial point here is vichar. Before that, the crucial point was prasanga. So prasanga nahi hai to shravan nahi hota. Even that the context is not there, you will not even get used to this, not get to know about this. When you are not coming to a satsanga to know it, there is no possibility of knowing this also. So prasangataha, Earlier we saw that prasangatah nabadi nasti kutastha iti vakti. Then vicharatah ahameva kutastha iti jana vetti. Comes to know I am alone is kutastha. So here is aparoksha jnana. So what we saw ajnan, then that is in the form of samsara asakta chidabhasaha aham. Right? Therefore, that is a state of ajnani. Then nabadi nasti iti kutastha vakti prasangatah, that is called vikshepa. No, is avarana. Then karta bhokta ahamasmi iti vikshepa. Then asti kutastha iti paroksha jnanam. Aham kutastha iti aparoksha jnanam. So we'll see what is next is the shopa apagamaha tada triptihi. These are the last two part, shopa apagamaha and triptihi. Om sarve bhavantu sukhinah, sarve santu niramayaha, sarve bhadrani pashyantu, ma kasyachid dukkhabhat bhavet. Om shanti shanti shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om.